For a game that has been out as long as this one has, you'd think that videos about it wouldn't be as popular, but views prove quite the contrary. Yeah, we probably should have made this video earlier thanks to how popular our first one was, but hey, we don't want to be known as just the Zelda guys. Speaking of which, since you're here, how about you check out the rest of our channel and see all the other videos we've made on many different topics and games, from movies, to indie games, to adventure, shooter, horror, all of it. Check it out, really appreciate it. Also subscribe, it really helps us out. Now on to the video. Like previously mentioned, we made a 5 things you should do first in The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and that video kind of popped off. Based upon the comment section of said video, it turns out there are still tons of new players flooding the wonderful world of Hyrule every single day. So I took a lot of helpful tips from the comment section of said video and made this little gem of a video for you. I hope you guys all enjoy. This is more things you should do first in The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. In the first video, I talked about how important stamina is in the game, and I still stand by it. You will be managing your stamina so much throughout your playthrough of Breath of the Wild, and while there are many ways to avoid dying from a lack of stamina when you are in sticky situations, one that I didn't ever even try was warping. When you are almost out of stamina about to drown, or fall off a cliff, or drop a mile high from your glider, instead of letting Link slip into the Shadow Realm, just open up your map and fast travel to the nearest tower or shrine you have unlocked. In this Zelda game, in order to upgrade your health or stamina, you need orbs from shrines you complete. Sometimes it's a bit of a hard choice deciding on how you want to spend your orbs because it costs 4 of those round balls to get 1 heart or a little bit of stamina. Well, fret not, because you can reallocate your hearts and stamina at any time. Just head on over to this creepy statue in Hatneo Village and you can surrender a stamina or heart vessel to the statue. Don't freak out. It's going to take it from you, but you can get it right back. It just costs a little bit of rupees. Keep in mind, you can't get full hearts and full stamina at the same time. I personally went with full stamina because I can cook food that grants extra hearts, but this also works with stamina, so really it's up to you to decide. Lots of people upgrade their hearts first so they can get the Master Sword early. You need 13 hearts to pull the Master Sword from its pedestal. Once you get the Master Sword, which is pretty broken, you can then go back to the statue and reallocate at any time. Play how you want, my friends. That is why this game is so amazing. Did you know you can get a house in Breath of the Wild? Well, you can. Just make sure you have lots of money to start this quest, but once you finish it, you can have a wonderful place to rest your head and hang weapons and what have you on the walls. Head on over to Hatneo Village and you will find some buff homies destroying this house. Talk to the boss around the corner and he will sell it to you for 3,000 rupees and 30 bundles of wood. Once you've bought it, you can purchase upgrades from him and really deck out your house. After you've assembled your new gamer cave, you can then go on a quest to build an entire town. Very fun quest, and I don't want to spoil it for you, so enjoy. Some other real quick helpful tips that you probably didn't know about that will assist you on your journey. You can spam whistle and run without draining your stamina. It's pretty much the same speed and you won't have to stop and take breaks waiting for your stamina to regenerate. Cooking is a big deal in Breath of the Wild, and I talked about it in the previous tips video. Learning to cook is great and is a pretty basic and fun mechanic to get the hang of, but there are some foods you can get and cook all by themselves to get you full health and a little bit more. Dorian fruits, which are the big spiky ones you may see throughout Hyrule, when cooked by themselves grant you just that, full hearts and a little bit extra. So anytime you see a Dorian from a shopkeeper or on the ground, pick that prickly little guy up and cook it all by itself to get plenty of health. If you are really in a bind, pull your meat out and flop it on a fire. You get double hearts when your meat is cooked. Weather is a big deal in Breath of the Wild, and it affects how you will be playing at any specific moment. Rain is kind of a nuisance and makes climbing things a chore. So a way to skip the tears of heaven is to carry flint and wood with you at all times, so you can pass the time whenever you so desire, especially if it is raining. Wood is not hard to get, and you can farm it quite easily because there are trees literally everywhere. Flint is the same. Not too hard to get either. It's actually a byproduct of the rupee farming method I showed in the first video. To learn how to do that, go watch the first video. Link in the description. Don't be afraid to use your champion weapons. If you break them, you can always get them back. Each one has some different requirements, so I will just link a video in the description that shows you exactly how to get each one. When you are in the desert, if you aren't wearing proper clothing, you will slowly take damage. Run to the shade and you won't hurt anymore. Or change the time to night. All better. Keep in mind that metal weapons conduct electricity. You can use these to help solve puzzles. Mushrooms growing on the sides of mountains can be shot with your bow so you don't have to climb to get them. And the very last and most helpful tip of all is you can feed the doggies in Breath of the Wild, and then they will lead you to treasure. Doggies are so cute. Let's hear it for the dogs. Those are just a few more helpful tips, ones that I wish I knew when I first started playing Breath of the Wild, but if you have any more, leave them in the comment section down below. Like I previously mentioned, there are tons of new players always picking up this title, and helping out fellow gamers is always a nice treat. Be sure to check out our other videos we made on the Legend of Zelda series, as well as our other Breath of the Wild tips video. If you guys like what you see and you want to support the channel, feel free to subscribe to our Patreon, where we got lots of behind the scenes content, vlogs, and we're also currently doing a movie watch along to the Twilight series, which is great. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, always appreciate it, and as always, keep it rad.